afternoon, everyone. Welcome to AVX Live. I'm Joe Gilderson, President of Corporate Audiovisual Services. And today, for the first time in weeks, I am finally joined by my co-host, Ryan Finch.
Yeah, I'm back from vacation, huh? We're happy to be here.
I don't know what you've been doing. I just know you haven't been here. That's all that really matters.
You've held down the ship quite well, so.
Well, thank you. That's it is a ship. You know, we got to keep it afloat. We got to keep it moving at all times. So listen, we've had a busy few days. I got to say, it's been good. We've been working with a lot of new clients and certainly a lot of long-term clients that we've had lots of experiences with over many years. But we've been working on both in-person and hybrid events, just like we've been talking about for weeks here. On the show, it's been a really good week. Last week, we had a nice discussion with Charisse Jervis-Hill for Events to Remember, and we got an update on what a lot of our planning friends are seeing for the fall and for next spring. Obviously, that's constantly in flux, so come on back to AVX Live, and we'll come up with the latest and greatest after that. But today, we're going to go into an entirely different direction with our discussion. It's for very good reason.
That's right.
We've had a lot of changes. Everybody's had a lot of changes in this industry over the last 16 months. But we're kind of excited to be back on our feet and move in the right direction again. And so we have two new members of the corporate AV team, and we thought this would be the right place to introduce them to the world, so people can start, putting a face and name together and really get to know the people they're going to be working with. But Ryan, before we get started, maybe you can remind people how they can be a part of the show.
This is like my whole job here is your favorite part. Smash the subscribe button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, please. It is super helpful for us. Show us some love, if you will. And we're going to try and bring you some new content each and every week, Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. Trying to increase or should I say improve your experiences with AV and technology in your day-to-day life, work life, whatever. So please take part in our discussion. Drop a comment on whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, wherever you may be watching. Drop us a comment, and we'll try to answer it. Kind of like this one. I was getting bored with seeing just Joe too, so I'm glad to be able to mix things up a little bit. But yeah, so do like Mike and drop us a comment here.
Wow, that was so well done. I mean, I'm so lucky to have you back. Thanks, Mike, by the way. Thanks, Mike. I was even bored with me. I mean, please. Well, normally this would be the part where I would tell you a little bit about our guests before we bring them on. And, I have pretty pictures I put up and a long list of things to say. But today we're not going to do that. We're going to let them tell you about them instead of us. So, Ryan, why don't we bring on stage Alexa, Lilos, and Marissa Madonia.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for having us on the show.
I don't think we've ever seen 4 boxes
in
this show before. Yeah, it's impressive. This is like a full team. This is nice.
I'm very excited, by the way. I don't know if you could tell. I'm very excited.
Me too.
You seem to have a strange man lurking behind you over there.
That's what we do here. We have strange, creepy men behind us as we work.
Corporate AV, strange, creepy men. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I'm not putting that up. I'm not putting that on screen. Oh,
there we go.
Julia has already commented, welcome, Marissa and Alexa. That's really nice. Thank you
very much.
Hi,
It's
Julia.
already the most engagement we've ever seen on this show. So this is working perfectly. But of course, some people were not bored with Joe to begin with. I think.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
Hard pass.
I don't know if that's really, Ryan, we're not going to have you come back if you're really going to keep insulting us like
this.
Look,
we have plenty of additions now to take my place. But Joe, why don't you get things kicked off here?
I think that's a great idea. So, Alexa, we're going to start with you. Okay, why don't you give us a little bit of background, where you've been and how you got here?
Yeah, so I grew up in the Hudson Valley, and I went to school at the University of Tampa, where I got my degree for communications. And then from there, I've kind of just been in the event realms altogether. I've been in kind of Rockland and Westchester starting with a wedding coordinating, which I got into for a little while. And then I went to an event company over in Pleasantville where I did some in New York City events. And then I ended up lastly at a nonprofit in Rockland. And I got some really good experience over there, with the different side of the events world in the nonprofit field. So I've always been inside of the events. I feel like my family or my friends would always say like, oh, you're such an event planner. Like I plan everything out. So kind of it all fits together. And now I'm happy.
Oh, there we go. We lost you for a second. That was entirely my fault, by the way. I hit the wrong
No
button.
worries.
Did I cut off anything there?
No, you're good.
It seemed like you were done. There we go.
I was done.
Nailed it.
Well, welcome to the team.
Oh
Alexa.
man, we had this teed up, ready to go. Thank you, Will.
Yes.
All right, so why don't we now shift gears into Marissa? Could you, how about a little bit of background from you?
Sure. How do you follow and act like Alexa, though? So hi, everyone. I am Marissa Madonia. I'm the newest business development executive here at Corporate AV. I have spent the past 10 years in the nonprofit sector, developing relationships, raising funds for incredible organizations here in Westchester, but also in New York City. Some of them were quality services for the autism community, Gilda's Club of Westchester, Westchester Parks Foundation, and of course, most recently, Feeding Westchester, where I was their director of corporate engagement. I would say I am a people person and I'm mission driven. So really to be able to help communicate other organizations and companies' messages and missions is really at the core of everything I look to do personally and professionally. So I'm excited to be here at Corporate AV to do those exact things.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice. I got to say, both of you are already better at this than Ryan.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. Well, I mean, not for nothing, Joe, but you do clearly have the scenery going on here. Backlight. I mean, it's fantastic. Dane agrees, but
well, that's because these guys they do all the hard work and they make it look like this, not me. So. But either way, this is very good. This is a good start. You guys are real professionals. I mean, I don't even know why you need me here. So far, I've done very little today. So this is really going the right direction. I'm pleased. But all right, Marissa, we're going to start with you on this one. Why don't you tell everybody what your role is going to be?
So as I said, I'm a people person, and I think a lot of business development is about relationships and storytelling and helping people get the message out. So for me, people work with people give to people. And I think it's really important to establish that foundation of a relationship. And so working with our community and partners and finding the right fit and the right story, that's really what I'm going to be here for, to help direct those events and experiences and show them the production that they're ready to have.
Well, storytelling is certainly a big part of the work that we do. And you do a little bit more than just tell stories. You can also sing them. So, yeah, we are also looking forward to Marissa flexing the golden pipes, if you will.
I used to say that was a secret, but I feel like everyone in Westchester has slowly started to know that I really do enjoy singing. So maybe one day soon I'll join the band.
Oh, yes. Well, in the meantime, why don't we'll switch over to Alexa now. Alexa, tell us about your role.
Yes, so I am going to be the account manager. I had to check, make sure I'm like, yeah, I know what my job is. I'm going to be doing all the kind of logistics and speaking with the clients to kind of really get a feel for what is their event, what are they trying to achieve here, so that we can make it the most successful event altogether for everyone. So it's a lot of, like Marissa said, client relationship, building that trust and that foundation with them so that we can, give them what they're looking for, and also the understanding of AV. So being on the other side, being in the nonprofit field and events in general, I can see from that point of view, maybe they don't really understand what goes into all this. So now I can have that experience to say, hey, I know where you're coming from. Let me get you to where you want to be. So, yeah.
Well, that's great. Having a different vantage point, right? Different experiences. And ultimately we talk a lot about having, or delivering experience and results, of course. So being able to offer that perspective, I think will serve you well. Joe, I have to pause here because we got a follow-up question from the audience. Why did they choose to? We're doing it live here. We're winging it. Why did they choose to join the corporate AV team?
I think it's just a stunning backdrop.
Yeah. No, it's not. What do we think? Feel free. Either of you can start, or maybe I should follow the rules and say, Alexa, you're going first.
Okay, yeah. I actually worked with Corporate AV for an event I did for the nonprofit, and I really love the enthusiasm and the way that everything came together working with both Ryan and Joe. It was such a nice experience, and I was like, wow, that really feels like somewhere I'd want to be and just people I'd want to work with. And also I've always been interested in the AV side of it, video editing, all that kind of stuff. So it seemed like the right fit.
All right. Well, we're certainly looking for people who fit the culture and fit the vibe, and you two are definitely that. How about you, Marissa?
I'm a networker, and I have to say I saw Joe at all the events, and there's something unique about Joe, and I feel like you want to be a part of a winning team. And from what I've noticed, the minute I got here was that this is really a team experience. It's not just me and it's not just you. Production is the whole team, and I always wanted to be a part of that. Plus, I have a background in theater. And so my background in theater got me into lighting mechanics and sound engineering and design. And I just see the bigger picture. And I think with an events and a production background, I think I can really help, get that bigger picture and display it.
We love it. Well, people who are in production tend to, or should I say people who work with us tend to have production in their blood, right? Like it's the theater, the show business. I mean, it's there. And I'll also add from the audience, one other reason. You're clearly able to put up with our antics. Antics is a nice word. I think that was cleaned up a little.
Yeah, that was well said, Ed. Well said. It really could have gone a different direction there. But, yeah, Ed's a true pro, in every regard. So we appreciate that. Thanks you for watching. This is really interesting. I like all the comments, and we've really had a lot of people involved already. And so I attribute that to both of you right now because we didn't have all these comments before. Everybody's excited to see some new blood. I think everybody's excited also to see forward progress,
right?
Especially after the last, year and a half. So it is really good. And I know it was very exciting for us. Like to have people in the building again is like a good start, and there's a whole new dynamic already. But let's continue along our interviewing process here because we really want people to get to know you guys, But all right, let's see. Where am I going to direct this? How about Alexa? All right, Alexa, what is your favorite thing about working at Corporate AV so far? This is a loaded question, isn't it?
I would say I really love the support and the team, building experience and just seeing everyone come together and kind of like how you guys explained, everyone has their own piece to put into the larger picture. So being a part of that kind of supportive community really has just been really great to watch and be a part of. And I love the leadership things you do on Friday, where everyone kind of sits and they have a topic and we self-reflect. We kind of all go towards that leadership position. And it's just been really great to be a part of and experience.
Well, that's great. And what a tremendously self-serving question this is. I really love it. Well, look, environment is obviously a big focus. We want to work with people we want to work with, and that's certainly something that we're kind of always aware of. But how about you, Marissa?
I have to piggyback on Alexa. I couldn't agree more. Corporate AV, we say it's about the production. So we have the relationships and the account managers, and we have a show crew, and then we have a follow-up. So this team dynamic is really how the magic happens. So to be able to be a part of that experience is wonderful, and I think one of the best things about joining a company like Corporate AV.
Fantastic. Well,
right, so I guess we've kissed up to ourselves enough at this point.
Oh wait, no, we got one more comment from the audience.
We got a great crew. The crew is incredible, and so
you can't do that.
I totally can't because it's self-serving. I'm sorry. I genuinely cracked myself up with that. That's
Good.
it. I'm sorry.
Unbelievable. So hey, so far you guys have had some chances to see different events. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've seen? Marissa, why don't we start with you? Give us give the audience an idea of what you've seen so far.
It's pretty cool to see it from the other lens. Like Alexa said, I come from the nonprofit side, just like her, and so I used to be on the other side of the table. So to be on now the view of the whole stage and the behind the stage, the different scales of events that we're helping host is remarkable, from screens to video to LED walls, which I don't think I've ever looked behind one, which is magical. And there's so many different wires, and it's just so exciting to see the big picture and to literally see the big picture when the screen works. So it's just the scale of these events have been magical to witness.
Well, that's great. Yeah, and honestly, as we're getting
there
back
it
to
is.
hold on, I got a solo on that for a second. Here we go. This was just a week ago. We had both Marissa and Alexa on site, a hybrid event. I was just actually going to say, as we're coming back to more in-person, aspects of events. Obviously, the scale of what you physically see in front of you should go up, because for a long time they were small. We were in our houses and in office spaces. So we're definitely looking forward to getting that scale up a little further in the near future. So, Alexa, same question. What would you say? Hold on, Joe. What was the question? What have you seen this week? I think you went off script.
Yeah, I did go off script.
You didn't prepare
I'm
me
allowed
for
to
that.
do
Come
that.
on.
Well, you haven't been here in a while. I mean, I've been off script for months now. So
You really got to pay attention these days. Go ahead, Alexa.
Yeah, just like Marissa said, like it was really eye-opening to see the other side of it, like all the wiring and everything. It made sense with logistic-wise why you need so much time to set up an event, because there's so many pieces, including safety being one of the main priorities. You have so much to do in a period of time before the event actually begins. So it was definitely, it made much more sense why the timing and everything had to work out. And even the troubleshooting when something might go wrong, like watching the team come together and, figure out the new plan. It was really great to see in person.
Absolutely. I mean, look, safety first and then teamwork, right? In that order.
Yeah.
And we are, in fact, back in growth mode. So those are things that we need to, take into account. But no, that's great. I'm glad, it seems like you've gotten some good experiences so far. The experiences themselves were much more interesting than at least the last 15, 16 months or so, because a lot of that looked like being in your living room. Not to say they weren't fun and exciting, but I would say getting out on site is probably a little bit more interesting, at least when you're starting out.
There's just a different energy. And that's what events are really about, is that energy. And that's the part that everyone was missing. Right. Not the content. Everybody was receiving the content, but it's the energy of connecting with others that is really hard to replicate in the virtual side. Delivering content, we have the solution for it in the virtual side. And it works very well, to be honest. But you still need that energy and that connection. That's why concerts are coming back right away. The theater will be back really soon. It's all coming together now.
Absolutely.
So you think we should move on, Ryan, or what?
Well, actually, one more follow-up question. Did either of you learn how to wrap cable yet?
No.
What are we doing at 3:30?
Actually, I was told that the cables wired, like they almost tell you how they would like to be wrapped. So there's almost
Very
like this
intuitive.
snake aspect that if you follow the wire, it will guide you in cabling.
Follow the wire.
So you mean you don't throw it over your shoulder?
Don't throw it over your shoulder. No.
Hold on. Wait. Oh, God, I'm so behind. Wait. Follow
Watch
the
it.
wire.
Leave the heavy lifting.
Guide you. And boom, there it is on a banner. Follow the wire. It will guide you.
Yes.
Marissa Madonia, 2021.
I said something wonderful.
That will come actually, and Joe, as we teased on a previous AVX episode, that will be coming soon. In fact, it will be coming on September 1st and 2nd for Pirate University. You will probably learn a whole lot of things like that and more, and there'll be more information coming out in the very near future. So, stay tuned.
Will we learn how to smash that subscribe button at Pirate University?
No, that's a different class.
I'm sorry, did somebody say smash the subscribe button?
You said Joe's favorite words. Oh, wait, hold on. That was apparently Alvarez teaching her about over-under cable coiling. Okay.
Wow.
All right. Mike asked because he messed it up so much. Marissa is explaining the natural coil method. There we go. The peanut guy. As soon as you talk about cable coiling, we get a bunch of AV guys that are like, I have something to add.
They're so smart.
Oh, boy.
Well, okay. So aside from cable coiling, Marissa, how do you think your past experiences are going to help you in this business development role?
It's a great, great question. And I'm going to take it back to even before my nonprofit background. I'm going to take it back to my theater background. I mean, the joke is, how's that degree working out for you? And I'll be honest, I use that training in theater in all of my work. And it's playing the moment. It's playing the truth. It's listening. It's actually, my favorite thing a director once said to me was that it's my job as an actor to not make myself look good, but to make the other actor on stage look good. And so if his job is to make me look good, then all we're doing is making each other look good. And to me, that's how I go into any event, any experience, any partner, any relationship. Is my job is to make them look good. And as long as I'm working on that, then I am playing the truth of our relationship.
I love it. Well, it's like, it's like a band. We all have a role to play, and we're trying to, help each other succeed. And speaking of, my job is to make them look good. There we go. He's ready with the banners. And speaking of music and theater days, maybe one day we write a song about cable coiling. I mean, who knows? Who knows? But
it's a hot topic, apparently.
And it is, and I would say that, as a fellow thespian, there we go, back in the day, I can relate. Absolutely. I thought that was spot on. So, Alexa,
Wow.
Same question. How do you think your past experiences are going to help you in this role?
Yeah, so I think being, like I said, on the other side of it, seeing the events and planning them, I know how stressful it can be with, the tight deadlines and everything you have to get done. So now on the other end, I can be that kind of calming force, as Joe referred to it, like to help the client feel like everything is going to be okay. Like it's all going to come together. They can trust me, trust corporate AV. We're going to do our job, do it well, and really deliver that, and listening to what they'd like to see, and then delivering that experience, success, results, right? That's
nailed it.
Wow.
Nailed
was
it.
Good. That was
Somebody's
so
paying
good.
attention.
I'm leaving. Forget it.
That was so good.
I'm out of here.
Well done. But you're right. I mean, it can certainly be a stressful job. Actually, we have a Mo Johnson, Maurice, our beloved. He has a saying: "Never let them see you sweat." Because the idea being that if you look nervous and you look stressed out, then that's going to make a client super stressed out. So being that calming force, Alexa, I believe people do know this about you, that you're also a yogi, and so that kind of goes hand in hand with one another, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yoga helps people. They don't realize. They think you go to yoga because you're calm all the time, but you go to yoga because you're not calm and you need to get calm. So that definitely adds into being able to help people become a little more at ease when there's a stressful situation.
There could be a new pose, right? It's kind of like, and I'm going to blow this, it's like coiling cable. I'm just thinking, could we come up with a yoga pose
you could,
that's
turn your arms a certain way? I hear what
over,
you're saying.
under, number one on the charts, song coming soon.
It all comes back to wire and cables. That's it. I'm so excited for this.
Oh, likewise.
Wow. Wow, this is so much more entertaining than me just being on here asking questions.
That's entirely true. Absolutely.
I want to just say one more thing about that, because I think Alexa really said it best. I mean, we, coming from a background of the event side or the nonprofit side, we understand the urgency, right? So these matters, these experiences are urgent. These messages are important. And so if we understand that on our end, then I really think the message will be able to be shared. And especially with hybrid, being able to get that message out to a broader audience, a larger audience. I mean, it can only get better from here.
Can only get better from here. Oh, well, understand the urgency. That works too. I was like, there's a banner coming. I know it. Can smell it in the air. All right. Well, what do you say, Joe? Should we wrap up or should we have some final thoughts? Oh, you got one.
I got one more.
I should have expected as much.
I did not prep them on this, so that's because that's where
we're going off script.
Yeah, I mean, we're pirates. We got to go rogue at some point. All right. So, outside of work, I want to know something interesting, some sort of hobby, some fun thing. That's what I want to know. I want everybody to know, really. So, Alexa, we're coming your way, Yogi. Let's see what you got.
This feels like the first day of school where you're supposed to have like a prepared sentence to say that's like super interesting fact. And I'm like, I don't know if it's really interesting. I mean, I like to do yoga. I like to hike. I'm super into like herbs, and I like to learn about like natural holistic medicine. So I'm hoping to sign up for some sort of class where I can learn how to grow different herbs and maybe like create some sort of formulas to spread to the community of health and wealth. Health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
Okay. Well, I mean, I am fully expecting to see Mike Giordano comment.
I was just going to say the same thing. So, well, we already got one comment I had to skip over. But,
yeah, I figured.
But there's got to be another one coming. As soon as he sees this, there'll be one in the deck. I promise.
Yeah, he's a little bit of an herbal expert himself. But
cool.
That's nice. That's very cool. All right, Marissa, it's your turn. You're up.
The pressure is on. Where to begin? My favorite color is red. I would say that I am a mom first, also. And I have a wonderful daughter who I love to experience the world through her eyes and her sassiness. And I love to steal her karaoke microphone. And when they're not home, sing at the top of my lungs. Some of my old time favorites. So that's my little my secret. I grab the karaoke mic and I sing in the house when no one is home.
Nice.
All right. Well, eventually we're going to have to get you singing in that microphone when plenty of people are home. So, but very nice. Living vicariously through the eyes of the youth.
They're very smart.
Love it.
Hey, Finch, that actually brought up something that I'd like to share my screen if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me a second here. I just had this again. This is a little. It's on the fly here, so I have seen this picture before.
Oh yeah!
I knew it was coming.
I mean, you gave me the material.
I knew.
You just didn't know I was going to use it. But
I mean, you know what they say, right? The sun will come out tomorrow. So
it's so cute.
That's my line.
All right, I've embarrassed you enough. I'm sorry.
All right,
I'm all red.
Alexa, your turn. Baby picture. We'll wait.
I don't have anything. I'll get it to you some other time.
All right. Well, hey, look, we got one more question. What's your go-to song? I think that one's at you, Marissa.
Song?
I like Adele. Someone Like You.
Okay. All right. I guess now I have to ask you, Alexa, as well. Go-to song. What do you think?
What's my go-to song? That's so hard. I don't know. I really like Chris Brown. Like when I'm into like the hip hop mood. It really just depends on the mood, you know, or if I'm really, so I have like two moods, like one's really yogi, calm, and then the other one's like crazy, like I want to just have a party or something. So it's
That's
probably
like
the Gemini,
right
you
there.
know, you just got two different moods going on.
I'm learning so much. This is so good.
Like every once in a while, we'll hear this calm in the office, and then it'll be like death metal. Looking forward to it, and of course, yes, great picture. We did have. Sorry, go
Ryan,
ahead.
you never asked me these questions before.
What's your go-to song, Joe?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't answer this now. Like it's like I made you ask me.
You did.
You know.
You literally did. So go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Three Little Birds, Bob Marley. Three Little Birds.
Great song.
I'm done. Thank you.
We love it. Well, we all know that I would not pick anything from before the year 1991. This is actually something you two should know about me. As far as I'm concerned, nothing good happened before the year 1991 at all.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was born that year. Everything before that, irrelevant. So if you ask me a question about an artist or band, and I'll be like, what year was that?
Oh, damn.
Less important to me.
I'm taking notes. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's good.
You just alienated our entire audience.
What a harsh crowd. I knew it was going to get rowdy. I didn't know it would be this rowdy.
I know. Well, now
It
we
does
know.
happen. But look,
we
I
did-
think we've put you guys on the spot enough.
We haven't. We got one more question that's actually pertaining to events. Omar, I think we're going to have to cover this on the next one. But please, again, be like Omar. I don't even know where I'm pointing at this point. Be like Omar. Ask questions, and I promise you, we are going to answer that on our next show. So, Joe, why don't you take it away and wrap this up?
Omar,
Wait,
it's a great question.
I feel like we look like the Brady Bunch. Like if you pointed like that way, like somebody looks up and over.
We could do like a little like a
Yeah, we
choreographed
should.
thing. Like I'll hand you something. Like
That would
This
be
is
pretty
far-
cool.
Far
That
too
would be pretty
cutesy
cool.
for me, I got to tell you.
we're going off the rails here, but it's our best show yet. Thanks, Dane.
Thanks, Dane.
All right. Well, look, I think it's time. We're going to wrap this thing up. Obviously, we want to say a big thank you and welcome to Marissa and Alexa.
Indeed.
You guys have already been great additions to the team. Our energy is changing. We're looking to have, this kind of upbeat energy. And, that's part of, just to reference Omar's question a little bit, that's part of the biggest thing is everybody's so excited to get together that there is an upbeat energy, and it is a great question. We are going to come back to that. But I think, it's really nice to have you guys here. You both have those experiences of what our clients go through. And that's what, we're all about the experience. And it's not just the production. The production has to be right. That's not an option. It has to be right. But it's how can you make people feel about it while you're there? We had some really good interactions in the last week. But it's all about energy. And you have to bring that energy because they're counting on us for that. And you guys have just the right attitudes for this. And it's a real pleasure to have you here. So, Ryan, I'm going to let you wrap this up. You haven't been here in a while, so
That's
the
true. I
show
wonder
is
if
yours, man.
I wonder if I remember how to do this. I mean, well, look, smash
Hold
that
on.
subscribe. Wait.
Here, let me. I want you to get the full
Oh.
experience. Okay, now you can
Okay.
continue.
Well, here we go. Now I'm on. Do me a favor. Smash that subscribe button. Be like. Oh, come on. You blew it. There we go. Be like Brittany. I was about to point. You took the. Anyway, like,
I
comment,
told you to
share,
stay
subscribe.
behind. I mean,
Please, it is super helpful. Apparently, people like this show, so maybe we'll have to, we'll bring these two wonderful guests on more often. Seems like we have no choice in the matter. But like, comment, share, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you may be watching. Show us a little love. It is super, super appreciated and keeps this going. We're gonna try to do this every Wednesday, 1 o'clock. I think we've only missed 1 week. That's a lot of weeks. It's 22 weeks.
this
Missed
is
one.
the 23rd episode.
The 23rd episode. Well,
Yes.
hopefully we'll make it, 24, 25 and not miss a beat. So come on back next Wednesday, 1 o'clock, and we'll try to answer more questions like Omar's.
Very good, everybody. Let's send a group wave.
Group wave. Smile.
Group wave.
Wait,
There we go.
screenshot, and out.